What's up, everybody? This is Mason. We're back with another episode of the Founder Series. Very excited to have the founder of Caribbean Sluggers on today, my good friend, former classmate, Ali Knowles. Ali was born and raised in Grand Bahamas. He came to Arden, North Carolina to go to boarding school with where I was at the time. And from there, he graduated, went to Troy University, where he won 2 Sun Belt championships. He was the best baseball player in our school by far, and he's since gone on to start this baseball bat company. So, Ali, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me. How you doing?
Doing well. Good to see you.
It's been a minute.
But we already got the Christ School people chiming in. Mark Whitney, Mr. Euler. I love it. The happiest time of COVID. Awesome. All right. So for everybody that's not a greenie, give us a little bit of your background and how you got to where you're at today.
But as you said in the introduction, I'm from the Bahamas, born and raised. And I told my parents I needed to get off the island. So I did some research to find some schools in the U.S. and we stumbled upon Christ School. So we called up, had an interview, and the rest was history. And I had the best 3 years of my life at Christ School.
Yeah, me too. So for the viewers, we got there the same time. We were both first year, our sophomore year. Ali, you came with a couple buddies from the Bahamas. In those, it was Desmond and August. August went on to play football at Duke.
Yep.
But they pretty much ran things on the baseball diamond.
You can say that. Yep. Because the funny part, we actually met in World Lit in Miss Landonham's class.
Yeah, I remember.
I was like, man, he got some big old feet. I wonder if he played basketball.
Yeah, I also remember the first time snow dropped and you guys thought you saw a UFO.
Yeah, that was an experience.
So super cool, man. Well, this is great. So tell me, you had a great baseball career. I was always a fan. I was not surprised when you were able to go play in college and then see the success that you had there. How much of your company is just keeping you around the game? Was that kind of the inspiration for this, or was it more business oriented?
No, it was my passion for baseball. Once baseball was done, I wanted to find something to stay close to the game. So in my quiet time, I prayed a lot about it. And I sat on the idea for about a year, did my research, how to make a bat, the type of wood you need to use, So I sat on it for an entire year. And then eventually I went to Lowe's, got a brick of wood, and bought a lathe and went to work in the garage for about 5 hours. Now, it looked like a baseball bat, but I don't think you could play with it the first time. But as the months went on.
That's awesome. So there are a lot of great companies started in garages. So I think that was a good launch point. So tell us about the baseball bat industry. Like I played Little League as a kid. About like Easton and Louisville Slugger and some of these brands. What's your I noticed that on your site and in your description you really hit home the point of durability. You reference different wood types. Are there just give us the lay of the land? Like in the MLB, could somebody use your bat? Why would somebody choose your bat over another bat? Just tell us about the product.
So with Major League Baseball, it's a lengthy process and it's a lot of money involved. So you have to pay, I think, up to $15,000 just for the application process. Once you do that, you have to send a dozen bats to Major League Baseball for them to test and your most popular models. Once you do that and you get approved, now it's up to you to go to spring training, reach out to these guys on social media to see if they will swing you. Now, we sell only pro grade wood. So the same quality of wood that the pros are swinging, that's all we sell. We don't water it down. It's everybody gets the same quality. So yes, your question, yes, our bats would be able to use in Major League Baseball once we get certified.
Gotcha. And if I wanted you to cork it, would you be able to do that for me?
I would not, because Sammy Sosa, I don't know if I can do that. That's illegal.
Okay, just checking. Nobody's asking me to step to the plate in the big league game. So if I go to the cages, I might need some. Somebody
invited you, would you go?
What's that?
Would you go if somebody invited you to hit BP on the field?
Of course. I'm always give it a go.
Mm-hmm. You always been a competitor.
Yeah. By the way, so Champ was your cousin, right? Or you and Champ were related somehow?
Good friends. We were
Yeah.
roommates my senior year at Christ School.
Gotcha. So another, he was a couple classes below us, but Christ School
Mm-hmm.
had another baseball player who I believe was in the farm team for the Mets, correct?
Uh, I'm not sure. I think it was only Champ. And then I had a teammate from Troy who played with the Mets. That's TJ Rivera. He's actually with the Phillies now.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to break into the major leagues, which I'm sure is really the best validator and the best visibility you can have for your brand, what's your angle to, once you get the $15,000 sign off from the league, uh, what's your angle to get bats in players' hands?
Well, we have a good system of professional guys back home in the Bahamas. I think we have about 15 right now in the farm system. So I would start there back home, get them to swing
Mhm.
it, and then get them to pass the word along, and also go to spring training when they're just fine tuning and getting ready for the season. That's where you get your bulk of your business at spring training. And that's what we would do to get visibility.
Gotcha. And like within the technical, I don't know, like what makes a bat good versus bad, or why do guys? I know that I feel like baseball players are the most superstitious people I've ever met, but
Very
like aside
cool.
from all that, if you get into actually what goes into the bat, what are guys looking for?
They're looking for a straightness of the grain. The straighter the grain is, the stronger the mat is, and the density of the wood. So the more dense the
Okay.
wood is, the stronger, the more durable it'll be throughout the season. So that's what guys look for. And then some of the kids, they look for aesthetics. So paint jobs and what ideas you can do to a baseball bat. So that's kind
Gotcha.
of what they look for.
Awesome. We have an audience question from Justin Carolyn. How do you source your products? What kind of wood makes the best bat?
It depends on the individual. If you are more of a savvy base hit, doubles kind of with ash because it's more flexible, it's more forgiving. Now, if you're more of a power hitter and you're looking to, get the most out of a bat, I would go with maple because maple right now is the most popular wood on the market. And then birch came in because birch is more of a hybrid between maple and ash. So it just depends on the player. But my preference, I love maple.
In to his question of how do you source your products, where are you getting this wood from?
Oh, I get my wood from Maine.
All right, cool. Sorry, not sure what happened. So the audience question was, how do you source your products? And then somebody also asked, what's the craziest bat design that you've ever seen?
Ever seen, ever made, ever seen? I know it's a company named Victus. They have a bunch of crazy ideas, but I haven't really seen much crazy ideas except for what Victus made. I know I just did this yesterday. I don't know if you consider this a crazy idea, but it's something. What you?
That's smooth.
Yeah. So
Do they regulate like colors and all that in the majors or the minor leagues?
yes, it's a certain red color you have to use. You can either use like a burgundy red, black, all natural, and I think you can flame your bats as well. So I think it's only Major League is very particular when it comes to different colors. Now they have a point in the season when they have Players Weekend where you can design your bats however you like, and they'll be able to swing it in games. So
Oh, that's awesome. To me, sometimes these leagues they give you too many rules. Like I look at like NFL and when they didn't let people celebrate in the end zone and then they tried to bring it back. You got to let
yeah, and
people
then
express themselves.
the cleats. I think the fans want to see diversity. We don't want to see everybody looking the same. That's not
Right.
fun.
I agree with you because I feel like sports and entertainment is star driven and you need people to be able to like Odell is taking football. Um,
Exactly.
okay, Logan Pierce says Ali has a powerful story that most couldn't possibly understand or overcome with the positivity he had. Have him go through all the adversity with injuries and surgeries he had to go through in college. Great story to tell.
Logan Pierce, he's been my teammate ever since I was at Troy since 2009. And when I first arrived, I didn't realize I had structural problems with my elbow. So I ended up having Tommy John the fall of my freshman year. And then leading up into my redshirt freshman year, I played with a series of bone spurs. So I had to have bone spurs removed in the fall. And then after we got done, the 2011 season, I actually had to have bone spurs removed again. So I played that entire season with bone spurs just floating around in my elbow. And then my sophomore year of the fall, it's going to be a lengthy story. The fall of my sophomore year, I actually had my gallbladder removed because I had some substance leaking from my gallbladder into my stomach. So I had to get that removed right away so I won't get as sick. So leading into that season, I battled with stomach ulcers the entire season. It was rough, but I did what I had to do, to help the team out. And then leading up into my junior year, I was healthy all fall. And then the spring came around, the third game, I dove for a ball in a game that was 15-1 in the ninth inning and broke my third finger. So I broke my hand. I was out for about maybe a month, and then I came back with a metal rod in my hand and played for about 2 months. And then we had the metal rod removed during the season so I could have more flexibility. And then leading up into my senior year, in Florida State in the regional, and during the game against Florida State, I had some stomach issues. I was feeling really sick. But come to find out, my appendix actually semi-ruptured to where I had to be rushed to the hospital. So I missed the Alabama game and the championship game against Florida State. And then leading up into my senior season, I had a hernia I had to get repaired. But it was just a lot of ups and downs, but I just battled through it and just fought through it every day. So that's my story. Thanks, Logan, for bringing that up.
It's amazing. Honestly, I followed your career and I didn't even know that you dealt with I knew about some of that, but wow.
Yeah.
Another audience question, Daniel. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, after I got done with the World Baseball Classic with Great Britain, I actually played with this condition called thoracic outlet syndrome. So I had to have the first rib removed to relieve the pressure that was, I had some blockage up in my left shoulder. So I had to relieve some of that blood flow in order to actually regain, feeling in my shoulder. So that's what I dealt with at the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah. Wow. Going back to the bats, they asked somebody from the audience asked, how much do you sell the bats for? Do you sell wholesale to leagues and teams?
Yeah, so our stock bats for youth are just $100 even, and then the custom bats to where a kid swinging a 31-inch and below can order a bat, maple, ash, birch, whatever color he wants for $129, and then the adult bats start at $124 for stock bats, and then the custom are $154. So pretty much, if anyone orders a bat from us, you'll get a coupon for free shipping. There's no add-ons for engraving, logo colors. It's what the price is what you get, and you get free shipping on your order. And the other question was wholesale to leagues. But yeah, right now we had a partnership with a youth team here where we were wholesaling our bats for around $75 per bat. So it just depends on the quantity and the budget of the client. So we kind of listen to your budget and try to work with you instead of just sticking a price to you.
So somebody from the audience said, in your playing career, how did you find the strength to keep going? And I guess if you could just speak to perseverance and how you approach your business now as the founder of.
Well, my wife at the time was my girlfriend. and she pushed me through all the injuries. I think she missed the Tommy John, but every other injury she's been there since day one. So I mean, my parents instilled in me, hard work, and you never give up. So I took that perseverance and hard work that I use on the field into my business. So to answer your question, I'm also a man of faith. So that's what drove most of the intensity and hard work.
That's great. I hope your dad's watching. Tell your parents I said hi.
I will. I actually sent the link before we started, so they should be.
I think we'll post it after the fact, but it'll be all chopped up because I keep losing service over here. So what's the go forward for Caribbean Sluggers? What are you guys looking to do in the next couple months, going into the next baseball season? Who's like your target consumer? Is it youth, college, pros? I know we talked about the MLB a little bit.
Right now it's college, collegiate guys, high school, and some of the youth guys. So what we plan to do with COVID kind of messed it up. We were going to, create brand visibility by attending, perfect game tournaments, and go around, put the product in the guys' hands, because with baseball, it's not like selling bats. It's not like selling T-shirts. You see a T-shirt, you like it, you buy it. So you see a baseball bat, you got to get it in your hands, you got to feel it, you got to swing it. So the most important thing for us is getting the product into our athletes' hands and getting them to see how valuable and structurally sound our product is.
Gotcha. And talk to us a little bit, because a lot of us don't know what's the difference between the aluminum bats and the wooden bats, which leagues use which, and would you ever see yourself having different products like a titanium bat?
Well, with aluminum, they're very hard to break. So they're forgiving, and you can make a lot of mistakes and still be successful with the aluminum bat. Now, as far as wood, if you don't square it up right, because I don't care how structurally sound a wood bat is, it can break. And if you're not structurally sound with being consistent with the barrel and hitting the ball on the barrel, then it can break. So it can actually make or break somebody. You actually see how good somebody is, really is, when they swing a wood bat. So what was your other question?
Do you ever see Caribbean Sluggers having different product lines outside of just wooden bats? Like I saw some really neat apparel and bags and stuff like that, but would you guys ever entertain aluminum bats?
Yes, we would. It's funny you ask that, because I think right now it's maybe 2 or 3 manufacturers that actually make aluminum bats, and they outsource it to the bigger companies. So yeah, we'll look into aluminum bats, and we also have gloves. Right now we just have our infield glove, and in about a few months we'll have the outfield catcher's glove, first baseman glove. So we're looking to create a line of gloves that are affordable for anybody, all ages, even the professional guys.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm a big fan. I hope I have kids that are playing with Caribbean Sluggers someday. So thanks for coming on. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with before we wrap this up?
Yeah, follow us on Caribbean Sluggers on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and share our products, man. It's a great business. We actually have a grand scheme of what Caribbean Sluggers, the brand, is going to be in the future, and it's going to be more than just a product-based company. So stay for that.
All right, well, we'll stay tuned. We're going to run your information here at the bottom of the screen, but I'm excited to see what you do next, man. Hopefully we can catch up soon, and congrats on all your success so far.
I appreciate it. Good luck on the season.